Thank you, AJ. Is anybody out there cold like I was sitting there? I have a sweatshirt in the car. Should have brought it in. My daughter-in-law was down to visit with my son and their family this last weekend, and I shared with her that I was going to be speaking tonight. And she said, "Do you get nervous?" And I said, "Yeah, I get nervous." But I also said to her that what makes it doable, what makes it easier is that I believe in what I'm saying. And so I pray tonight that my words will be the right words. I too I'm elated to be here tonight, to see all of you in this room on a Sunday evening when you could be doing so many other things. And you're here because you're interested in or believe in Boonville Young Life. And I want this to be a celebration. A recent study by Young Life revealed the following two things about Generation Z. That's the people that were born during the period 1997 to 2012, meaning they are now ages 12 to 27, so they're right in that range that we're trying to hit. They crave personal contact, meaning in-person contact. And over 40% of them are not confident they are worthy of being loved. So that's where those kinds of questions come from, isn't it? I share this with you because I think it's such a poignant and powerful indicator of their need for a young life leader in their life. When I spoke to you last year at this time, I spoke of the dream that we have for Boonville Young Life. I said, our dream is to create a genuine movement here in Boonville to care for our students. Our theme last year was Our Town, Our Kids. And as AJ said, that has not changed. That theme is fundamental to the movement. You've heard tonight the good start we have toward realizing that dream. Thanks to you and others like you who could not be here this evening, Young Life in Boonville is back, and that is all right for our town and our kids. Your giving enabled us to recruit and hire AJ. And AJ and Ronnie are now laying the groundwork for reestablishing Young Life as a working ministry here in Boonville. And we're going to get it done. As she mentioned, to move this ministry forward and actually reach students who need to be reached, we need people power. We need leaders. You heard about the progress that AJ and Ronnie are making. Just imagine if we can multiply the number of leaders that are at work. As AJ said, you or someone you know might say, well, how would I do that? To which we say this: if you have the desire and believe in the mission, Young Life will provide the training and support. And perhaps best of all, you will be part of a team of leaders, and you will be a vital part of the Young Life movement here in Boonville. I'm told that someone at an event mentioned to AJ's mother that Boonville was recruiting for an area director, and her mother brought it to her attention. God's timing was right, and that was the impetus, that was the encouragement that AJ needed to apply. Perhaps you know someone who needs to know that being a Young Life leader is a possibility and that it is a way to change lives. Or if you could give me slide number 1. In Matthew 28, verses 18 through 20, Jesus, after his resurrection, appeared to his disciples and gave them what is now known as the Great Commission when he told them, I have been given all authority in heaven and on earth. Therefore, go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Teach these new disciples to obey all the commands I have given you. And be sure of this, I am with you always, even to the end of the age. We are all called to do this, and we all benefit from it. So if you know someone, or if you yourself might be interested in receiving training to serve as a leader, please let us know so we can explore that possibility, and please spread the word. We also need more people to serve on the committee for Boonville Young Life or to be a ministry partner on a specific project. Committee's the backbone of the ministry, does administrative work, fundraising, etc. The members of the committee, by the way, all the current members of the committee are listed in your program. Ministry partners take on a specific project from time to time based on their interests and what they're gifted in. Let me give you a perfect example. We mentioned at last year's banquet that we wanted to start an annual golf scramble as a fundraiser. 4 gentlemen, right after the banquet, stepped up and said, we want to do that. Brad Kilbrew, Jim Miller, Bill Phelps, and Mike Wilson said, we can take that project on, and they did. These 4 men knew what they were doing, and they helped us have a very successful inaugural golf scramble. And there's more. Jed Inman reached out to Reverend Bill Tennyson and the wonderful men and women of Mount Gilead Baptist Church about preparing lunch for our golfers. They are well known for doing such things. They said, we can do that. And they said, what is more, we will take care of the entire meal. We will prepare it and serve it at no cost to Boonville Young Life. And that is exactly what they did. And we also had a number of sponsors and donors of prizes. We deeply appreciate the participation of Brad, Jim, Bill, and Mike in helping organize the event, the people of Mount Gilead for providing lunch for our golfers, and everybody that was involved. They are ministry partners. Most of them are here tonight, and we thank them and join me in thanking them. There are other opportunities. You know who you are, and you know what you might be interested in doing. Now let's talk about finances. Last year, when we appealed for financial contributions, I'm having trouble with this mic. Can you hear me okay? Yeah. Good. When we appealed for financial contributions to enable us to fund 70% of our budget for our first fiscal year so that we could hire a full-time area director for Boonville Young Life, you and other people in the Boonville community opened your hearts and opened your pocketbooks. And by January of this year, we had contributions and pledges sufficient to do that. We praise and thank God for leading you to do that. Because of you, we were able to hire AJ and prepare to move the ministry forward in a new way. We hope that having met AJ this evening, you are as excited as we are about what this means for our plans for the future. Right now, the focus is on building relationships with middle school students through wildlife. As Dave Swindell mentioned earlier, we have a goal of sending a number of kids to camp again this year, to wildlife camp. These middle school students will become high school students and will be potential participants in Young Life in high school, and they will be potential wildlife and Young Life leaders during their high school and college years. What we've discovered is that this ministry is not a sprint. It is a marathon. We cannot hurry God's work. We must work on His schedule and build the ministry step by step as we build our team of leaders and our community partners, all of which will be a foundation to sustain this ministry for the long haul. Financially, our goal is to grow the base of financial supporters of Boonville Young Life. Our goal is to make Boonville Young Life a community-wide movement that is a part of the fabric of this Boonville community. We want this annual banquet to be a community celebration of this ministry in which we all share a role in affecting the lives of Boonville students. And that is, in fact, what we are doing here tonight. A few people can make large lump sum financial contributions. We received a few of those contributions last year, and they were important. More people can give $100 a month. More people can give $25 to $75 a month. More people can give $10 per month. It all counts. Cora, you give me slide number 2. In Matthew chapter 6, verses 19 through 21, Jesus said, "Don't store up treasures here on earth where moths eat them and rust destroys them, and where thieves break in and steal. Store your treasures in heaven, where moths and rust cannot destroy, and thieves do not break in and steal. Wherever your treasure is, there the desires of your heart will be." You have shown us where your hearts are, and we are grateful. Now let me talk to you a minute about our budget, because we want to be transparent about where your financial contributions are going and how they're used. You see the 2 lines at the beginning are salary and benefits for the area director. Keep looking over there because I wish I could see it. That's a substantial part of the budget. Young Life is a relational ministry, and we are investing in a person, AJ, to help build those relationships and to teach, support, and oversee students and adults who are leaders and who are interacting with students. Program expenses are the food and supplies for club, campaigners, and contact work. There's a line item for training expenses. A substantial amount of time and resources are committed to training leaders and staff. This contributes to the growth of the leaders and staff and makes them better able to reach students. Fundraising line item means an investment is required to pursue financial investment from the community in the ministry, putting on events like this banquet, golf scrambles, and such. And finally, a part of the budget goes to the National Young Life Organization, which provides support and resources in the nature of insurance, accounting, payroll, legal, and such. Our goal this year is to begin work toward funding 1/2 of our annual budget of $132,000 through monthly giving by fiscal year 2027-28. That means total monthly giving of $5,500. How do we get to our goal? Cora, you can give me the next slide, number 4. Here's one example. 20 givers who make an investment of $100 per month, 20 more who make an investment of $75 per month, 30 who make an investment of $50 per month, and 20 givers who make an investment of $25 per month. That would do it. To achieve this goal over the next 3 years, it will take more people than those of you who are gathered here tonight. But this is where it starts. It starts with us. And each of us can also think about someone you know who is not here tonight, but who would want to know about Boonville Young Life and would want to support it. And you can invite them to do so, or you can put us in touch with them. Remember, we're building a community-wide team. If everyone joins in, we can do it. And we have to spread the word. At your table, each of you has received, or very shortly will receive, a pledge card, a 2-sided pledge card. And Cora, if you'll put up the next slide, the next slide is the back of the pledge card. And I want to look at that with you. There's an opportunity. There's an opportunity for you to put a check mark by an item that fits with your interest in Young Life. Whether you want to be, or whether you're interested in being a volunteer leader or a ministry partner, would like to consider serving on committee, you can take a look at those options. I want to bring your attention to one in particular that I think you may find of some interest, and that is the opportunity to be an adult guest at camp. like Ronnie Jones was this year, which led her to sign up to be an adult leader. This is an opportunity for you to experience firsthand the life-changing fun and spiritual development that occurs at camp. You'll be staying in resort-type accommodations, and we hope to have someone from Boonville to be your host for the or for the 4 or 5 days at camp. So if you have an interest in possibly doing that, please put a check mark there so we can explore that with you further. And Cora, if you'll go on to the next slide. This is the financial giving side of the slide. It has a place for you to put down all of your contact information, and we ask you to be diligent about doing that so that we're sure of how to stay in touch with you as we move forward. Let me remind you again that Young Life operates on a fiscal year of October 1 through September 30. So the pledge you will be making tonight will be for the fiscal year beginning October 1st, 2025, and ending September 30th, 2026. If you have been a financial supporter of Boonville Young Life, we thank you for that, and we ask that you consider renewing your pledge this year. If you have not previously been a financial supporter, we ask you to consider this evening making the decision to become a part of the team and indicate your financial commitment for the 25-26 fiscal year. You'll also see a place on that side of the card to indicate your total pledge for the fiscal year. We encourage you to do that. If you want to pay your pledge for the year, we certainly welcome that. But as I mentioned, we encourage you to consider monthly giving. You can set that up to happen automatically through your credit card or your bank account. And the easiest way to do that is by going to the website that is shown at the bottom of the card, the giving.younglife.org/BoonvilleIN. And you can use your phone or go to that website and have it all set up before you leave this evening. Or you can wait to do it when you get home. Best thing to do is do it now, and your table hosts will be available to help you do that. Finally, I want to say again tonight what I said last year. We are asking you to do what you are moved to do and what you can do to join the movement, Boonville Young Life, and support the ministry. We want to form a long-term relationship with you because our challenge is not just to get Boonville Young Life going again, which we are, but also to grow it in a sustainable way. We're going to have some music now, give you an opportunity to complete your pledge cards, and then we ask that you stay seated, and we'll close together with prayer. When you finish completing your pledge cards, your individual pledge card, put it in the envelope that's been provided to you, seal the envelope, and give it to your table host, and they'll put it in the big envelope, and it'll come to us. Thank you all again for being here and for your interest and your support for Boonville Young Life. And please plan right now to be with us next year at this same time for another celebration of another year in the life of Boonville Young Life. Thank you.